Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to MIDA webinar session in conjunction with the World Halal Business Conference 2021 that begins today with this year's theme, Halal, the Catalyst for Universal Economic Recovery. My name is Azman Zakaria, your moderator for this session. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our viewers. Thank you for joining us today, and we are streaming live via Zoom and other social media platforms. So before we proceed further, just some housekeeping announcements to our viewers. Please remain online after joining the session and do not leave until the session ends. For Q&A, kindly use the Q&A box to post your questions. So we will do our best to answer all questions. But in case if we are unable to do that, we will reply your questions after the session. So please address your questions to the respective panel speakers, and don't forget to include your email address so that we can reply accordingly. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, the global halal economy is a $3.1 trillion market in 2018 and forecasted to reach $5 trillion by the year 2030. So the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in an estimated 8% decrease in Muslim expenditure between 2019 and 2020 in the Islamic economic sectors, according to the State of the Global Islamic Index. Malaysia's export return for halal products has also experienced a decline of about 23%, or from 40.2 billion ringgit in 2019 to 31 billion ringgit in 2021. However, the global halal industry is expected to grow exponentially, supported by the growth of the Muslim population and a shift in demand globally from both Muslims and non-Muslims towards ethical consumption. So with Malaysia's Halal Industry Master Plan 2018-2030, it aims to capitalize on this opportunity through leveraging on Malaysia's halal industry infrastructure and become the global leader of the halal industry. Taking a quote from the famous Albert Einstein, "In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity." And as far as the future halal market is concerned, there are huge business opportunities to explore as the world transitions from pandemic to endemic phase. Ladies and gentlemen, creating business opportunities through halal investment. So this is our topic for today's webinar, and we will hear from our distinguished panel speakers on their journey, challenges, and business opportunities in the halal industry. So ladies and gentlemen, for our session today, we have invited three distinguished panel speakers coming from three different industries. So it gives me a pleasure to welcome our first speaker, Ms. Anna Teo, the Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Hernan Corporation Sindiran Berhad. She established Hernan Corporation in 2001 with an aspiration to become a leader in the durian business, so branded as the Musang Queen of Malaysia. So as you can see, the label, her name label there, Durian Queen, okay, it fits the title. So Anna has also led Hernan to win local and international awards, and currently Hernan Corporation has established food manufacturing entities producing a range of quality durian dessert and bakery products. Welcome, Ms. Anna. Welcome to the session. So our second panel speaker, I would like to welcome Encik Johari Abu Kasim, the Managing Director, Star Medik Sindiran Berhad. Encik Johari has held numerous senior level positions in banking, telco, and F&B before joining Star Medik. He has vast experience in managing local and international companies and was often invited to share his experience in various functions and events. Welcome to Johari. And our third and final speaker for this session, please welcome Mr. Raj Kumar, the General Manager of the Light Hotel Penang. So Mr. Raj Kumar will be joining us in a short while. So with over 32 years in the hospitality industries, he has proven track records in achieving sales and profit targets in all areas of hospitality. In addition, he is also able to implement the highest standard of hotel service to deliver a memorable guest experience. Mr. Raj Kumar is also the Penang Chapter Chairman of the Malaysia Association of Hotel, or MEH, since October 2020. So thank you to all our panel speakers for being with us today. So today we have distinguished speakers from the fruits, medical, and also from the hospitality industry. So distinguished speakers, the time allocated for this session for each speaker will be around 20 minutes, and we look forward to your sharing and valuable insights. So I will also keep my timer on just in case if you exceed the time. So I will just give you a friendly reminder. So without further ado, we will start the Q&A session, and I will start with our first panel speaker, Ms. 𝗪𝗪𝗕𝗖. So my first question to you is, can you just briefly tell us about your organization's journey, the challenges and also opportunities in the halal industry? Please go ahead, Ms. Hannah.
Thank you, Moderator and Azman, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, would like to thank MIDA as well as HTC giving me this golden opportunity again to be back here every year. That the World Halal Conference is one of my favorites, also one of my interesting event that I will join. Yeah. Okay. This year, I was given the question again about halal challenges that I face. Well, we all know that we are in a pandemic now, so I hope that these sessions that I'm sharing today will give some inspirations to maybe new entrepreneurs who like to come on board, that to be prepared, and these sessions, so that they can, when they want to come to be one of the want to start a business, this can help. Okay, for the questions, well, which business doesn't have any challenge? To start a business, you are prepared to actually to load yourself with all these challenges, because the success don't come overnight. We all knew that. Being myself, a lot of people who know me, I'm sure today a lot of members here that join, the guests who join, who knows me, my background. I'm not from any of this manufacturing background, and being a service industry background, to come on board to do a business with food that requires a lot of certifications. Yeah, halal is one of them that I face the challenges initially, because being myself a non-Muslim, how do I get myself to be certified with all these things to understand the whole thing? But I was wrong, because halal is not about religion related. It's all about the process, the ingredients, the safety, and more, to understand it. Initially, I faced a lot of challenge to get my certification, because in order to have established and good products, we all knew a company require a certification with a very minimum basic of a MIDA, from our government authority. Then we upgrade to GMP, HACCP, FSSC, ISO, and you name it, more to come. But here in Malaysia, we are very lucky that we have a very strong body that could certify us, which is our halal. Our halal certification is globally recognized, and we have a very strong support from the agency to facilitate us, during the journey for the applications. I have to admit, my initial journey, I failed 3 times on my applications to get my halal, to get it certified. Yeah, a lot of these procedures and the requirement, I do not know how to get it right. But after knowing, going support from the fellows, mentors, or some agencies who come and assist us, to me now, actually, I have no problem of renewing my halal, because for Malaysia, if you want to produce a product without halal, it doesn't carry yourself, you are a product in Malaysia. So I'm a strong believer of halal certifications in our product for all our products, that we will be certified with halal. So as I mentioned, one of my hurdle or my challenge is actually to get it certified. But now I know we shouldn't have this problem, because we know where to go to get our help if we needed help. We have Jakim, and we have our Selangor Jais to help us to get it renewed, of course, and the new product facilitations on an endorsement, and of course, more and more assist from the agency. They're giving us a lot of the portals for us, forum like this to share. So it's reach out to us, especially people who doesn't know about this halal application. And the wonderful thing is they even come up with an academy to produce the halal executive to facilitate us that we don't have to go on the ground to actually to fill up the form, to get the to attend to the audit and what you call more. We are so lucky here. So as for today, I call myself a halal champion because I really go down to actually to help for the newcomers who really want to come on board, to explain to them, you know, the process of getting it. So if you ask me, I think it's not difficult. Everything there will be a start. Okay. So the second challenge, actually to understand which kind of standards we want. Initially, where halal, you know, I take halal as one of my major requirements. So as of today, we are actually on. We have, if you really look through my packaging behind, I have my the highest standards of FSSC certified, which is the highest for the food international global recognition, and halal is one of my biggest logo in front of my packaging. So this is what I'm very proud of, because this will actually give me the additional, you know, market access for whether it's Muslim or non-Muslim consumer. Okay, the third challenge is actually when we get our audits or our application, we must make sure all our ingredients must be halal certified. So it's from A to Z, even the utensils, if we can, you know, we need to actually to comply with it. So it comes to ingredient, I face a lot of challenge, you know, like, you know, when we use, you know, when we do our ice cream, durian ice cream, they said that durian has to be certified halal. Initially I was like, why I need to certify my durian? Durian is durian, why do I need to certify? But after understanding the halal is not only the ingredient is pork free, alcohol free, is beyond that. It's actually the whole process. We call it the halal and 𝗤𝗢𝗡. Yeah, the cleanliness of the premises, you know, everything, even the utensils, the brushes, and all these are actually certified. So that actually gave me an eye opening. Wow, this, if I'm a consumer, you know, I get a body to certify this kind of process. Don't I feel confident? Because we all know, actually, at food manufacturers, we are very scared, you know, there is an ad hoc audit by the Sharia, or we call it the halal auditors, ad hoc. Yeah, if you found anything that beyond what is on the list or the compliance, our license, or we call it our halal, will be revoked immediately, and you have to go through the process again, which is actually going to be more tougher. So we try to comply, and we make it very stringent for our internal audit ourselves before the actual audit from, you know, the halal side to come and certify us. So for me, this is actually one of the process that I've gone through, that to find the correct ingredient and the correct supplier who can actually give me this. So I can't get my ingredient from those who actually doesn't have the kind of what you call halal certified, then I will fail my entire process. So this is something that I think those people in the food industry, that you want to get your halal certified, you have to assure that every single thing. So that gives us a limited choice on choosing our ingredient and our resources initially, but I think now we don't. We have a list actually from our agency here to facilitate, you know, a list of the company that we can work with and we can source it with. And of course, that will actually reduce our cost of manufacturing, that given us a lot of space in order to work down our cost of production. So this is one of the hindrance I have initially, actually, to look at the costing as well as the ingredient. Okay, the fourth challenge that I go through is actually, I faces a lot of competition. As we all know, in this region, yeah, a lot of people calling themselves, a lot of countries, they are calling themselves what they call halal champion. They want to champion themselves and their own certifications on certification. You know, Indonesia have their certification. Even Japan, because of this what they call Olympic, they also have a body to do a certifications of halal. Australia, they want to sell their beef, because if they don't have the halal certification, they can only sell to non-Muslim. So we all actually, in Australia, they have a very strong body to
Can you hear me?
do the certification, and they eventually have what we call they engage our Malaysian JAKIM to go there and to help them to facilitate the process on the slaughterhouse. So all these things, the journey itself, everybody want to call them champion. Yeah. So luckily, we Malaysia, the halal is one of the global recognized halal that people will not was. People will not hesitate. So this is one of the things I find one of the competitions. Yeah. So this is where if you give a choice of a Muslim in overseas country, if you choose a halal from Malaysia and halal from Thailand, I think we Malaysia we stand very proud that we will be the first selection. So thanks to the government body from the halal to certify this. Okay, the next one is financing. This is not a problem for halal for sure, but it's a problem for all manufacturers that they want to set up a plant. That we all know to do a certification, it costs money. Whether it's mesti editing, FSSC, ISO, Azman, you yourself are doing a lot of this type of certification. It doesn't come free. So initially, when we start a small plant, we have all this certified. But when we have these value-added so-called halal, we get the extra market access, and we face another problem, which is actually overwhelmed demand. We cannot cope with the order. So wow, we start panicking, what we're going to do. So of course, expand. So this is where we have to go on the next level, where we have to think of on our financing. Who will finance us? We don't go for PAMA anymore, the father, mama kind of financing anymore, because when you want to expand business, this doesn't make sense. Yeah, you want to expand, you don't put full risk on yourself, or you pledging your house, your car, and your family, your husband, your wife, all into actually to take the risk with you when you want to go up an expansion of business. The next we go is actually financial institution. Of course, we have a very beautiful business plan. The bank will definitely facilitate and actually give you. But what they do is actually they tell you to pledge thing in. But okay, a business without a financing support, it doesn't call a business. It's going to remain small. It's going to be a sole proprietorship. So we get the financing from bank, but we all knew that we Malaysia government agency actually this does give financing aid either through grant or soft loans, and Malaysia government does actually facilitate very, very, very good soft loans to entrepreneurs to come on board with the I heard the interest as low as 2%. Okay, so last is actually where I think my journey, I have gone through all these financing difficulty challenge, and now I'm actually ended up with inviting private equity to come on board to facilitate and help me to expand my business. Because we all know that to build a big plant, to come in, we all have to understand the halal doesn't go with your product on the packaging. The halal goes with your plant. It goes with your management. It goes through the entire setup. So it doesn't mean from what you have obtained the halal certification from your previous plant, you can actually bring it in and continue with the halal certificate. It's not that. So we have to set up a whole thing, the whole plant you need to invest. You have to restart up the whole certification, and of course the halal has to reapply through the actual existing address. So the last is actually challenge is I have to educate non-Muslim to accept the halal. So we are into export business. My company actually has the ratio of 95% of our revenue is actually through exports. So when I started, this is a story that I share. Please tell me my timing, Azman. When I talk, I will continue.
Yeah. So there are two questions for you. So for question one, I can give you another 1 minute plus minus 1 minute. Yeah.
To educate the non-Muslim. So initially, when I export this product into to Hong Kong or China, the Muslim, they have this. They don't have to go for halal. They use the Chinese word 𝗔𝗧. When I had this halal, they asked me to remove. They said, this is something I never seen. Please remove this, because the Chinese doesn't accept this. But when we do a standardizations on our packaging, we cannot say, okay, this country with a halal logo here, another country we remove. There must be a across the board on standardization on the packaging. Yeah. And I challenge them. Yeah. And today, I think our logo will be on the front page, is because I managed to convince this is a value-added marketing for our products. To get extra market access for non-Muslim. So there are much more. So I think with the time constraint, I think it's here for your next questions, please.
Okay, so you have elaborated quite an extent in terms of the challenges that you face. So now for question 2, now it is about opportunities. So how has the investment in halal created business opportunities for your organization? Please go ahead.
Okay, we all know, as I always said, why am I calling myself a halal champion here? Because halal doesn't associate with religion. Yeah, so it does actually, for what I have, what the opportunity given to me is actually, again, the non-Muslim market. We all know, I mean, just now, sorry, I have been getting a lot of huge, gigantic number of business opportunity for halal market. Okay. Some call me US dollar, 19 trillion, I try not to keep track with it. It's gigantic. We all know that the halal market is big. So how do we capitalize on this? Yeah, so this is something that, is a golden opportunity. Throughout my journey, my business mainly is in China. And I remember the journey when I was in Xinjiang, Urumqi. I see there's a lot of Muslims, the Muslim friends that they don't have very good halal products. They are compromising what they have actually in China, as long as, they don't have that ingredient that, to jeopardize them and to call it, not good for their consumption. But why don't we create our beautiful product, a high premium products for them to consume? Because we all know the Chinese consumer, they have spending power. They want something good, but in the country itself, because they are not a Muslim country, they do not capitalize this. So if we have this product, we bring it. That is why you see my market is well accepted in China. Yeah, we all know who doesn't want the China market is huge. Okay, right. So it doesn't give them any impact, whether it's halal or not. But this is a true story that, during my journey, when I started my product in Hong Kong, it can be confirmed by the Trade Commission from our trade in Hong Kong. They ask, can we source product from Malaysia? But my first criteria is they must be halal. So why is it Hong Kong has this criteria? We all know that Hong Kong only has 300,000 or 400,000 of Muslims. But all hotels, or all this chain, they require this as one of the criteria because they know the process, the stringent process, is value added to it. So it does give me, my revenue, extra revenue, and that's why give me the exponential growth of my revenue and attract my investors to come to my doorsteps. Okay, this is what I'm proud of. Okay, second, halal assured us, in a way that, we here in Malaysia, we have 70%, majority, or maybe 80% are Muslims. So what they want is actually halal products. You go to QSR, KFC, McDonald's, they have a big halal logo. Why? This to tell the Muslims that this is the place that you can eat, consume, because the restaurant is halal. In order to do that, they must get all this supply, their partners to supply must be halal certified like us. So when we know HTC doing a very good initiative by bringing a lot of SMEs going, to have a pitching sessions to work with MNCs such as Nestle, Unilever, F&N, to be their partners of supply. So the criteria number one is if you are halal, you'll be the first one to be on the list of the pitching session. So isn't it wonderful? Isn't this proven to you, if you can capture into this so-called MNC where they are regionally hub is in Malaysia, based in Malaysia, you can actually not supply to Malaysia, but you supply to the entire, Southeast Asia, which is actually good enough. We don't talk about world globally. Yeah, Lulu supermarkets. This is also one of my experience. When we do first thing pitching sessions to do export with Madrid, Lulu supermarkets, the first thing what they look is actually halal. They're not looking at the second criteria. They're looking at your company, setups and all these things. Are you halal? Yes, sit in front. Yeah, and your product will be the first thing to go. So wonderful. So it does give me another journey. So if you go to Jeddah, you see my product. You go to Qatar, you see my product. But actually, I'm a non-Muslim. So please do not associate all this. Halal really give you a huge market access. Correct. Okay, so if you want to export,
one more minute for you.
Okay, I'm finishing. We all know, with this recession, with this pandemic, everybody know that health is very important. So everybody is looking for organic, for quality food. Yeah. So this is actually a sign to tell us as a manufacturer, the opportunity is there to get a halal certified, to get it, extra value add or your product will definitely give you the right directions of your market strategy and your market expansion. So I think I will end my session here. So I will return the stage back to you, Mr. Azman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Anna. Thank you. A very, very, very broad experience, and also the challenges that comes along with it. It's good to see that halal is, we have to change the perception, like what Ms. Anna said. We have to change the perception of halal only for Muslims. It's actually halal for all, because if you are talking about halal and thayyibat, it's more, it's beyond, in terms of the slaughtering, the meat and all that. Is the whole supply chain actually. Okay, thank you again, Ms. Anna. So now I will move on to the next panel speaker, Johari. So Johari is from the medical industry or medical supplies industry. So I have two questions for you, sir. The first question is, okay, as we are aware, the medical industry is highly regulated. How has the current pandemic affected Medik in terms of challenges and also business opportunities? Johari, please go ahead.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to everyone. Thank you, Azman Zakaria, Tuan Moderator, CEO Ipec Bureau. Fellow panelists, Miss Anna, very interesting to hear about Miss Anna's explanation just now. Made me inspired to become another. Now it's only durian eater, but maybe one day I will become a durian seller and exporter just like her. And Mr. Raj, good morning, Mr. Raj. Tourism industry that I personally actually have a great interest. Probably I will later on touch a bit our expansions actually. Well, probably I start with a bit of explanation about Medik. Medik Islam Berhad, this year is our 16 years in the business. We are one of the country supplier for ventilator. Ventilator recently generated so much interest. Everybody wants to know about ventilator. Is a life-saving machines. In any pandemic, in any situation, we are always shortage of ventilator. Probably I can touch that a bit also about that. And we are also medical disposable exporter. We export currently to over more than 20 countries worldwide. Yes, Azman is correct. Medical industry is highly regulated. If anybody wants to do business in medical, they cannot just simply start tomorrow and start selling to hospital. No, it will not happen that way. Anything that want to be sold to the hospital, especially to government hospital, it has to be certified. It has to register with MDA, Malaysian Medical Device Authority. If we import products medical, it has to be audited first by the CABs or the conformity assessment body. Is very crucial because we are talking about life, people life, so that the product has to be first certified. Okay, like for us, we export. So before we export, we have to be certified. The factory has to be certified ISO 13485 as a manufacturer. Our products currently going to Spain, going to Czechoslovakia, going to South America. All are these with CE conformity of Europeans. To get this CE, from my experience, took us 5 years and few hundred thousands of spending. So it's actually a big investment for us. For us to distribute our ventilators, we carry Hamilton ventilators from Switzerland. We have to have a license, which is the GDPMD, good distributor practice for medical device. It has to be audited every year. And all of this, of course, we have halal certifications for our product, and also we have made in Malaysia. It's very, very highly regulated. It's very, very, how you call this? We have a monitoring body. Again, like I said, because of we are dealing with humans' life, so we have to make sure the product is in great, not only in the the patient is ready, but the product is also in great conditions, is all within the time usage and everything. So the preparations has to be go through pre-market testings, review by the user, mainly doctors and everything. So it's highly regulated, it's very difficult, but so far, alhamdulillah, we have gone through and the process, and we are currently one of the top suppliers and also manufacturer of medical device in Malaysia. Yes, current pandemic, COVID-19, what I can say is that, if I can be a bit philosophical a bit, it's actually a blessing in disguise for us. Okay, of course, the pandemic, nobody wants to manage. It's actually a very, very, something that we hope that it can go away very, very soon. Right. But for a business or medical, for us, it's actually a good blessings. We experience tremendous growth. It's robust growth for the past 6-18 months. Our exports triple because of we are also one of the only 10 manufacturers in the world who produce oxygen treatment products. So the requirements suddenly increase. We have to triple our production capacity. We have to increase our manpower. And also, of course, we are one of the top ventilator suppliers. So we have in-house expertise. We train, we have doctors in our company who actually go to hospital and train, because ventilators is not something that everybody can use. It's something like highly sophisticated machines, because once you actually comatose the patients to put the ventilators, it's actually pretty much is the hand of God and also the hand of doctors. So all the product, all the accessories has to be top notch, 100%. Of course, the patients once the product inserted into their body is all halal certified. There are options available. The products, especially in medical device, that the patients, if they have the options, they will choose mainly halal certified product. Yeah. There are a lot of things. If I want to talk about what happens during COVID-19, of course, when it comes to business, we are among all those companies who actually experience inverse relationships. Some of the business we've seen are facing a bit of problems or probably slow growth in the past probably 2 years. This actually different for us. There's a lot of things that actually, if I may add, is lessons for us as a country. And also there's a bit, maybe I can touch a bit towards the next question about the business opportunity that actually available in these industries. We as a country, always rely on other countries when it comes to all these high-tech machines. When it comes to ventilator, I remember this is, to be very frank, this is not the first time that Malaysia experienced shortage of ventilators. At one time, if everybody remember, bird flu. I think it was like 7-8 years ago. We have another pandemic, but it's good things. Again, it's good thing because of actually only regional. During that time, we experienced shortage of ventilators in our country because of bird flu. And we as a country, we as a nation, we have to learn our lesson, and trust me, after we have this pandemic turned into endemic and we have to live among COVID-19, maybe 7-8 years, we probably will experience another pandemic, and we have to be prepared again for these situations. Yeah. There are a lot of things, I think, there's as a country, as a nation, that we can learn, and we have to be prepared when it comes to halal medical device, especially. There was early of the year, there's an issue of vaccinations. Some people say, can we use it? Can we take a vaccine? Is it halal or not? one thing, vaccine is not produced by us. You know, we always have to import from other country. When we import to other country, we really have to rely on their supplies. You know, so if they produce non-halal vaccine, we can only accept as a non-halal. Okay, maybe as a nation, we can actually look into how, at one point of time, we have the expertise. To be very frank, nation is not, you know, we are not really there behind. We have the expertise. We have IMR who actually been working on vaccination and everything. We can tell you one day, hopefully, we can produce our own vaccinations, and we can actually at one time dictate that this vaccine is halal and can be used for our country and for the whole of the world. You know, hopefully one day we can achieve it. There's a good lessons that we can have. We can learn from the situation that we experienced recently. There, when COVID-19 started, now, you know, everybody was so worried about the PPEs and everything. Now suddenly everybody, even high school, starts to do own PPEs. You know, back to the earlier question by Azman, medical industry is very highly regulated. You know, we cannot have any Tom, Dick, and Harry go out and produce medical device or medical equipment or even PPE, as simple for that matter. You know.
Sorry, I give you 1 more minute for this question.
Okay, no problem. I just quickly finish. So some of these PPE, you know, being produced in school, which is not a regulated area, they just simply cut everything. But we have to remember the user. Who is the user? The frontliner. This PPE is not certified. It's not produced in an ISO 13485 factory like us. So if they use it, there's always a possibility of koya or rosa or damage. So who's going to be responsible for that? There's a lot of lessons and there's a lot of business opportunity. Maybe in the second question I can touch on this issue. Azman.
Okay, thank you, Johari. So my second question to you is, how will the vast growth of the medical industry be able to assist other industries in creating opportunities, especially in halal investment? Please, Johari.
Thank you again, Azman. Okay. Azman on the early introduction touched about the size of the halal market is actually huge. And Ms. Anna just now also said the figure is gigantic. You know, we want to talk about the figure is big market, not only on medical device, food, tourism, and everything. You know, of course, we ourselves, Medik, experience robust growth because of the COVID-19, and the market. We're talking about medical device alone is about $350 million sorry, $350 billion and halal. There's always an opportunity of, you know, alternative non-halal product, the same product which is non-halal certificates with non-halal with halal certification and halal non-halal. I remember this one of my meeting with a company in Saudi. Is Al Barakah Group. I was actually traveling from here. Before I travel, I stopped by at the 7-Eleven. I bought a mineral water. Okay, of course, our mineral water in Malaysia, they come with halal logo. I went to Saudi Arabia, 8 hours, 9 hours traveling time, straight away to the meeting. I put the water bottle. During that time, we still can bring bottled water into the flights. And I brought this mineral water, put on the table and have this discussion. You know, the first thing these Arab people ask me, why Malaysia have to put halal certifications on water, on RO water? It's a bit funny, Arab people asking that. Of course, we are talking, this issue was like 15 years ago. Now, okay, the industry is actually turned around, you know. They actually put halal as prerequisites, especially an FMB. Of course, but not in medical. Medical, in any situations, you know, halal is the prerequisites of any certifications. Okay, they have to get CE, they have to get US FDA, they have to have Korea FDA, okay, FDA before they can go to under any other OCE, the biggest certification or the most famous one, CE. So one of the things I want to touch here is actually the alternative availability of medical products. Like us, we produce disposable oxygen treatment product we export to over 20 countries. Like I said just now, we are one of the only 10 company in the world who actually produce this. That's why we experience a huge growth recently. So there are about over 40,000 products in medical, Currently, some of them there's only non-halal available, okay? There's always an opportunity for us, especially for a country like Malaysia, to produce or to start manufacturing halal certified medical device. There's a lot of options that we can actually pick and choose products. Talking about orthopedic product, we're talking about diabetics products. There's a lot of product which is still only available non-halal products. So maybe as a country that we learn our lessons, we don't need to always depend on imports of the country. This is the time for us as a country to produce our own product for our usage, halal certified, and we can start exports. That's one of the opportunity in the industry. But also what I think is more important or more interestingly is cross industries opportunity for a company like us. We ourselves will be looking into medical tourism, okay? Because one of the product that we are doing in diabetics. So medical tourism is one of the things that we want to explore into post-COVID, okay? Like everybody knows, Malaysia is one of the top in the world country with diabetics or obese people. So we are one of these champion in this area, diabetics. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, when I had a discussion with DG last time, 30% of Malaysians are obese. So actually, it's a good news to us. Of course, the bad news for the diabetes patient. We have to look into this cross industries opportunity whereby medical company like us can look into especially like tourism. Medical tourism is one of the huge opportunity post COVID-19. There's another things definitely in medical, in F&B related to health products. We've seen for the past 1.5 years during COVID, F&B is one of the robust growth sector that we can actually look into. And this is the thing that we also as a medical company have our eyes and our interests that we want to look into. We as a country is blessed, to be very frank, because halal is one of we are globally known as the epic center of halal. That's a great thing. Couple of years ago, our standard Malaysia started to do ISO halal. If I'm not mistaken, it was 2634. If I'm not mistaken, it's an ISO which is among the first in the world who actually initiated by a country by us. So it's actually a very good effort from us. So we created plenty of opportunity for the business people to go into, and also the existing opportunity in the medical industry that we can also look into. So that's pretty much I can say about the opportunity, especially in a medical industry, Azman.
Okay, thank you, Johari. And then also, from just another short question from me. So apart from we're talking about opportunities. So for Medik, other than creating or exploring opportunities within the medical line or medical supplies, so do you also see opportunities in venturing into other businesses other than medical for Medik?
Oh yeah, in fact, yes, we are actually already into a couple of other business which is a bit divert from our medical industries. Like I said just now, we are also looking into F&B as one of the things that we want to invest to. Be more interested into export market, because we already have a base of our clients in overseas. We have over 20 countries in the world that we are actually exporting our medical device to. Then we actually it's actually a good thing that we can actually start immediately. Into F&B is one of the things that we want to look into. Another thing is of course tourism. As I said just now, we are looking to medical tourism as one part of our divestment. Yes.
Okay, good. Because we are looking at opportunities in terms of creating diversification of the company. So I think for first time, Medik, yeah, of course you guys are going to the right direction, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, and of course,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And also, like for other companies, of course, we have the pandemic currently, we have other challenges, but in the end, it's up to us how we are going to embrace and be proactive, towards the challenges that we are facing. Thank you, Johari. So now I would like to move to the third and final speaker, Mr. Kumar. So for Mr. Raj, I only have one question for you. So well, actually, it's a two-in-one question. So can you share with us Light Hotel's journey and success story in Halal, and how it has benefited the organization in terms of investment and business opportunities? Mr. Raj?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning to Anne and Johari and Azman. Good morning. Selamat sejahtera. Can you all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Please go ahead.
All right. Okay. Thank you. The success story of the Light Hotel. The Light Hotel is a 5-star hotel located at mainland with 300 guest room and suite. We are the only 5-star hotel at the moment at the mainland until now. Okay, we have our largest grand ballroom with 1,200 seating capacity, with 12 multi-function meeting room. All of F&B outlet kitchen are fully certified by Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, which is JAKIM. I'm also very proud to mention that our prayers room, surau, respectively for male and female, is one of the largest in the northern region Malaysia, which can accommodate up to 38 people at one time, and endorsed by Islamic Tourism Center, ITC, as a Muslim-friendly hotel platinum category. And also the Wuduk area set as a benchmark for other hospitality industry. Apart from that, we have installed a bidet in all our guest room, bathroom. Okay, prayers made in each room, and we even have another standard prayers room to cater for biggest crowd. So if the ballroom is 1,000 people, of course the prayers room that we have will not enough. We will convert a few function room to accommodate the need for the Muslim to perform their prayers. That's about Light Hotel, okay? And how does it help us into Muslim market? It's interesting when Anne said about Guangzhou, China, because I traveled to China. I think I've been 11 province, and 10 years ago, halal was not really been given that important compared to recently. I see in China is a huge big market for us to capture about halal, especially Malaysian halal is something being recognized in worldwide. So we have put a lot of focus, a lot of if Anne is expert in halal, I'm the person who learn basically every day something new about halal. It's very interesting. Again, it's nothing about religious, nothing about anything else. It's about some subject that I think is very useful. And I think it's a good way to recognize this halal, the way the Malaysian government are doing it. So how does it help? Hospitality business and tourism board around the world have been eyeing the 1.9 billion strong Muslim market. And halal traveler, which is already one of the hottest tourism sector. You know, when it comes to Middle East, I'm sure a lot of people, Taiwan, Korea, already go into halal and focusing on more halal to bring this 1.9 billion strong Muslim market. According to the hotelbooking.com, the main key aspect of the halal hotel and resort is providing certificate halal food available on site restaurant or room service, so guests can easily enjoy delicious meal and comfortable stay. Other halal travel sites such as halaltrip.com and halalvoyage.com are equally strong in tapping the Islamic community make up to 24% of global population. As reported in framework of halal certification practice of halal industry, the Muslim population is growing at the fastest rate than the non-Muslim population. That's about how we want to capture the market. Where is the market? How big is the market? I agree, it's a huge market, and whole hotel industry would like to capture this market when the MCO is down and we are slowly back to the business. And I think the main market beside the Europe and Asia is the Muslim friendly market that we are looking forward. In terms of halal, as I mentioned, I'm learning every day something new. For the last 33 years, I'm in this industry. It's very interesting. So just to give some clear picture on how a light hotel halal kitchen works. Halal clarification provide assurance to the Muslim guests because it fulfills the Sharia law, which is a must for Muslim. To the non-Muslim, halal product are quality product simply because of the concept halal and wholesome. Our halal committee conduct monthly audit, counter check by finance department. So this halal committee, there is 12 of them, which go almost daily on day job and weekly on auditing all the halal situations, such as expired tin which has been not in a proper packing. We cannot issue from anything from outside except what we have submitted to the halal department, so that there's no new product coming without our knowledge. So all this been audited by the finance and also daily on their day-to-day operation. We are strict about the source of product, as I mentioned earlier, cleaning process, handling, storage, usage of cockroach, cooking, and also plating. So all this, there's more, okay? This is partially, I'm telling you, the process of it. The fully halal compliant banquet kitchen for catering comprising Malay, Chinese, Indian, Western, which able to cater for 1,000 people. So we have Chinese, Indian, of course Malay, and it's fully halal. So to have a Chinese seafood to cook halal food, challenging, but now it become a trend. Why I said, because you know the recipe they put certain sometimes very difficult, but now halal, most of the thing you can get in the market. So I think the Chinese chef already learn how to accept it and put into their recipe. So that make things more better for all of us. With halal certificate, we're able to meet demand to cater pack food for bigger factory, because there's a lot of requirement of the halal certification of the workers, especially Indonesian. And also vaccine center in Penang, we did recently to support them during this vaccine period. So we also did one more very interesting with the state government. It's called Food Bank Retreat. We were thinking all the Ramadan, you know, how big is the Ramadan and how people eat, and then we do not want the wastage to go somewhere else. So with the Exco Tourism of Help YB Dr. Norella, we did this project. Okay, they brought up a special technology allowing standardizing the food and increase its shelf life in touch from the hotel to catering industry, which avoid food wastage, can be used for good cause. And of course, with halal compliance, we were given a priority in the state Penang. So this is started when people in when flooded start and they got no food. You can actually pack this thing and drop it down. They just need to heat it up, and that's ready your mutton curry, your chicken curry, so forth so on. So it helped a lot. We did it quite big scale on this project. We have tested. We have already got it from USM certificate to endorse that this can be used for at least a year period of time. It can last for at least a year. Last but not least, Muslim-friendly wholesome venue. Typically, a halal certificate hotel will offer service and amenities that allow Muslim consumer to travel comfortably. So the Light Hotel in Penang is taking very effort and have mentioned this World Halal Business Conference indeed a great platform from us for fun for the world. This is the right time for us to market our tourism visual in 2020. We are ready full force to respond to need of the market segment. Country like UAE, Turkey, Indonesia, of course Malaysia, and popularly Singapore, Hong Kong, and UK and South Africa to get the market segment that we are looking for. Sometimes you cannot imagine even Disneyland has become the first to offer halal certificate restaurant, knowing how big the market for Muslim market out there. Cape Town, for example, tourism has begun packing its exciting infrastructure to attract Muslim. They are coming out a lot of package how to attract a Muslim traveler. Recently, I read some article in Taiwan, very keen to do. Taiwan food is all fast food and quick one, and to my surprise, there's a lot of them halal certificate from Malaysia and also Korea, not to forget. But overall, I think this is very important for us to go forward and capture the market. So become Muslim friendly, and because when you open a hotel, when you have a hotel, you need to cater both market. One Muslim and one is non-Muslim. So there is a lot of things that you need to divide accordingly and proportionally. So we have a place that for non-Muslim who like to have things like maybe you can't have alcohol in a place where the rest of them having the meal. Separate them away, because tourism is the whole package. However, almost 80% of our place are halal area. So it is a good sign for us to go forward and to achieve it, and to look forward where is the market that we want to capture in future to come. So in other way, Light Hotel is ready. In fact, we are improving a lot of other things to be in a Muslim friendly hotel, okay, so that we can make it a better place for them to visit and to stay with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raj. It's interesting when you touch on Muslim friendly hotel. So I have another question in which if you can share with us and also with the viewers as well. So in terms of getting the title, the Muslim friendly hotel, so are there any any processes, any certification or any procedures that you have to follow in order to get that title, or or shall I call it like a certification?
We actually was awarded by Malaysian Tourism, okay, when they came out with this Muslim friendly.
Right.
So they come and inspect the hotel. They do it's normal process, like giving before you be given. We are the only platinum holder for Muslim friendly in Penang. And there's a very limited in the whole Malaysia when this award was given to a respective hotel. As I mentioned, the reason because now I can tell you proudly, in fact, we are leading the halal certificate in Penang for good benchmark. That's one of the thing help. And the thing I mentioned that what we have, we cannot be Sharia hotel, okay, sorry. Because we have to serve certain things which is in Sharia they don't allow. So of course for that the word Muslim friendly I think is fair or was given. Idea was come out from Malaysian Tourism,
right.
And this the reason why it was awarded to us. They come and inspect us and give us all the point that necessary, and the award given to us as a platinum hotel that meet their requirement.
I see. So are there any any other parties involved in the inspection kind of thing, whether they are people from JAKIM or people from from other like government agencies kind of thing, because I really like to, I think this is also very useful information to the viewers out there, and also for those who are in the hospitality industry. Mr. Raj, if you can elaborate further on that.
Yes, sure. Besides Malaysian tourism, we also have MOTAC.
Okay.
We also have JAKIM. We also have people from university science,
right,
in terms of processing food and all that. And some of them will give the report to the tourism directly, and some of them will come physically do the inspection. So we have to submit the application. That's a huge thing, to be very friendly, to you. It is a lot of things. However, it is something that we have been doing it. So we didn't find it's very challenging. It is something that we have been doing all the time. So make the rest thing easier for us. So there was a lot of, like I said, JAKIM from University Science Malaysia, MOTAC, and of course Tourism Malaysia. And before this was given to us, of course, your market segment, what customer you have, where your customer come from, and what is your feedback that you get from your customer, what is your reputation in terms of the booking online OTAs booking, feedback, comment about your hotel, how many market segment you have in terms of country, Asia, Europe, and the detail of how many local, how many Singapore, and all this, all in the form that we need to fill up. And of course, they also look at all the feedback that got it from online and put where your hotel is. That is because there is a platinum, gold, and silver. Okay, and to get platinum, there is a lot of requirement you need to meet.
I see. Okay, thank you, Mr. Raj Kumar. I think I will come back to you after this. So, ladies and gentlemen, time check now is at 11:01 AM. So far there are no questions yet to the panel speakers, and we have plus minus about half an hour left before we end the session. So now I want to go back to Miss Anna, our durian queen. Okay, so because I see from her facial expression, it's like she wants to share more. She has just more to share with all of us. So Anna, being an entrepreneur, with the time that we have, we still ample time that we have. So being an entrepreneur, so what would be the strategy moving forward for Hernan Corporation, from your opinion? Please go ahead.
Okay. People who knows me, that they know that I'm the person who shares a lot of my insights on my journey.
Right.
Okay, for what we have Hernan now, we actually working very closely with a private equity that injecting money and sending their management staff to assist us to expand our business globally, where we are looking into our integrations from our current midstream, downstream. We are actually integrating into upstream. So of course, I'm not challenging myself going to plantation into halal. That is actually something that I don't think is available at present. So what we do is actually we are going into the traceability on our farming, in terms of getting our goods or our fruits from the farm under our own cultivation. So this itself is proven. Now with this current market demand, consumers have changed. We all know consumers have expectation. Consumers are willing to pay and know where is the source of the products, especially in China. With the phone itself, they can scan and they can actually trace the route where the tree is planted and which fruits are from which exact trees we are talking about. This is where the technology has come to a point to prove, to trace on products. Well, I think this will definitely help, if we can bring in this kind of technology to help into, other food source supply. So from where we are at present, we want to be one of the we want to be the biggest, for the Musang King. I quote the word Musang King because durian, we have huge competition from Thailand,
right,
Indonesia. So everybody can plant Musang King, but the cultivations, it play a role from Mother Nature in terms of soil, and climates and so. So what we want is we have to position ourselves in terms of making business possible and lucrative. We need to have a branding exposure. We need to strategize the business structure and who we want to work with in terms of partnership. Because when it comes to business, there's no soul, or we call it a ranger that do it all. We need to find a proper partners. We need to find a proper, candidate to help us to groom. So with this coming, what we have on our 5 years blueprint, we are putting our entire ecosystem in the positions that to bring in all so that we can qualify ourselves, with, I think the final journey that what I want is actually to get myself into IPO, where we want to be the first and maybe, the biggest IPO company for durian plantations of durian business. It does give, the kind of satisfactions for consumer in China, especially when it comes to durian. We all know that the value of the durian is giving the greatest GDP for the country. So we will continue to drive, we will continue to recruit and to engage more parties to come and work with us to make this, what you call our initiative possible, and to fly Malaysian durian king proudly in international world. And this is where I think thinking big, for business, if you don't have a dream, then what's the point? Myself stay home and cook and stay home and take care of children. So for me, I have big dreams and I always achieve it, because I think to have this to drive in life, it makes a lot of difference. Because a lot of people have asked me, Anna, you actually, people who know me, actually, I don't know, maybe in Azman, I bumped in you on the flight before, yeah, maybe. I have served you some orange or coffee before, if you've forgotten. Maybe. I was a stewardess. For me to come to this stage to talk about a business or talk about halal, it's actually something miracle. A lot of people ask me, where do I get those info? Johari was right. Johari is right. We learn everything every day. Mr. Raj, we all do, knowledge sharing. We learn everything every day. Everything is new for me. So for me, continue to drive, continue to put things positioned out right so that everybody will benefit. So the country will be, also, have additional, commodity besides palm oil or the, the latex, or they call it the rubber. Durian is going to be the next commodity for Malaysia to bring in more tourists. Yeah, please, Raj, think about something. Remove the sign of durian. Actually, bring in more customers. Okay, so this is where I think we have to continue to educate, to share, and make people, to accept. Even my challenge now is actually to make, the Caucasian, the Indians in India or the African to eat durian. If we add the global market, I think the whole Malaysia Peninsula, we can change all the our current vacant land to plant durian and make all the farmers have good income, and we live a very prosperous and happy life. This is where I think my structure and my plan and my initiative for time being.
Thank you, Anna. And just for the benefit of others and also our viewers, how big is the competition in the durian market in Malaysia? If Hernan is one of them. So in terms of the companies that you consider as competitors, how many are there in this industry for durian?
Okay, I think in Azman, if a business, a product is not good, nobody will join the wagon and fight with you on the thing, right?
Right.
I have a lot, but for me, I don't call my Malaysian fellows a competition.
Okay.
My biggest competition is Thailand, the up and coming Indonesia,
right,
where they have the support of their strong agriculture base, And Indonesia, what do you call the manpower? I mean, the laborers are very cheap. Where we import them to come and work, where they themselves their manpower price is 1/3 of our price. So you tell me the competition is definitely our neighboring countries. Yeah. So put our Malaysian together to set our standards, so that everybody can recognize only Malaysian Musang King is the best in the whole world. To stop all these competitions from the neighborhood country to come in, to take part of our benefits, where we have not many agriculture products which is doing well so far. So yeah, so I have never, I have my associates friends, that who's doing the same thing, same product, same plantation, but we sit down and discuss, and we plan out, the targets on what we want, how we want to segmentize the market, and how we want to bring this product and get accredited for China. Initially we can't fly our durian into China because the G2G, doesn't allow that. Yeah. So we fight through every countries to get the attaché, in foreign country to talk to their G2G to allow us, to facilitate us, and to even to give us the what they call export or import allowed, so that we can have another choice of country to sell our products. So this is where you talk about challenge, what they call competition. No, not our fellow Malaysian.
Good,
yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Thank you for the information. So since you have already have the title of Durian Queen, I think Johari is eyeing for the Durian King title, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. Okay. So my question to you, Cik Johari. So you talk about one of the keyword that I picked up in terms of for business in 𝗪𝗪𝗕𝗖. There are opportunities in terms of creating diversification within the business itself, other than medical. So my question is more or less same like what I asked Ms. Anna just now. So for 𝗪𝗪𝗕𝗖, what would be the organization's strategy moving forward? Cik Jo.
Thank you, Cik Azman. Ms. Anna, definitely inspiring to hear your stories. Of course, Mr. Raj. For medical industries, like I said, it's a very, 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 very highly regulated. So we have to, when we expand in the medical industry, we have to take into considerations all angles. Like we know, it's just a matter of time from our category, our pandemic status currently, to go to endemic status. We have to embrace it, like it or not. I have a friend who just came back from Dubai yesterday after a 30-day trip to West Asia, and visited Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and all this kind of place. The aura of embracing pandemic over there is totally different from what we are. They're already starting opening their economy, and the business is running. Not to say that over there the COVID is not happening. It's actually as bad as we are, but it's actually they have to decide. It's the matter of we have to embrace. We have not to fear, but to embrace the situations. Of course, without compromising, we have to mitigate. If I can be a bit philosophical, Cik Azman. This is how we think. We have to move forward. The industry is there. There are a lot of opportunities. This is what we are thinking. Of course, there are cycles in business rotations. There are good times, and of course there are bad times. Medical industry experiencing this robust growth so fast that we are worried that the business is overheating. So we are looking into other sector to invest into. I'm now seriously thinking about durian. All this time I've been eating durian without second guessing where it come from and everything. To hear Miss Anna's story is quite inspiring. Of course, I already talked about we are going into medical tourism, whereby we want to focus into diabetics because we feel that the market is untapped, unserved. Probably we can work with Mr. Raj one day, with hotel one day, to bring in patients from international, because currently we have a link to over 20 countries globally. That's we hope that we can develop the things that like this. I would like to emphasize that we come, basically the industry has been reset by the pandemic. Okay, certain industries is ground zero. Okay, there's a huge opportunity for the players in robust industries like medical, like food industries, not only to look into the same industries, but of course cross industries. Okay, like I said just now, we are tripling our operation. We hired almost additional 100 staff in the past 18 months. Okay, we are hoping to have more. Maybe along the line we can start looking into social enterprising business, not only in generating profit, but of course in the mode of the social responsibility kind of things. You know, we can have a lot of unemployed. We have almost 200,000 new graduate every year. Where are they going? The industry is slowing down. So we are hoping that the local SMEs like us, Halal is one of the catalysts, definitely. In medical industries, Halal is already been established as one of the opportunity, or one of the growth sector we are actually looking into. Okay, we come to Middle East with Halal certification. It's very easy for us to penetrate. Okay, compared to product which is not Halal certified. So this is the directions of Medics. We are looking into this. We are already, in fact, starting looking into Indonesia to have our second regional factory there, because one thing good about Indonesia, maybe Ms. Anna, Ms. Raj also probably have that kind of experience. They really protect their SMEs when it comes to manufacturing, especially device. They actually give priority to the local manufacturer. If the local manufacturer have the product in Indonesia, they will instruct or make it mandatory for the KKM in Indonesia to purchase locally manufactured product before even looking into international products. Okay, that's the thing that probably we as nations, we as the country can learn, that to help to get up from the current situations. Okay, and to revitalize all the industries back again. Azman.
Okay, thank you, Johari. Thank you so much. So I will so I will go back to Mr. Raj because just now I just give him a few minutes of breather. So that's why I ask again, Ms. Anna, also Sheikh Joe. So Mr. Raj, of course, all of us are aware the pandemic has has affected across major industries. And hospitality is not spared from it, because like for me, currently based in KL, so it is also sad to see that quite a number of hotels have closed down, and then when I see Light Hotel, with the certifications that you have, so you'll be able to strive forward, in terms of surviving in this pandemic. So, Mr. Raj, my question to you, being in the hospitality industry for more than 32 years, if correct me if I'm right, your personal experience. So, what would be your advice to your fellow colleagues in the hospitality industries, in terms of what, like Joe mentioned just now, embracing, and also as we move or we transition from pandemic to endemic. So what would be your thoughts and sharing and advice to your fellow colleagues in the hospitality industries, Mr. Raj?
Thank you, Azman. My first advice to all this hotel industry and hospitality is don't give up. That's not end of the world. Nothing in this world cannot be solved. We know we are in this pandemic facing the COVID, and it's very tough. We have lost around 11 billion whole Malaysia for the last, since MCO until now in hotel industry. We have lost a lot of people who have left the job and go to other place, and so many other things, pay cut, that is, owner have closed down the hotel. I'm sure you have seen the news, some hotel in KL have shut down and don't know what's their future plan, even Penang also. So, as I said, this is not end of the world. This teach you how to be more creative. You have to think out of the box. You have to come up with the new ideas, new package. But sorry, Anne, I cannot open a hotel for durian because all my room will smelly. But I'll come up with another idea. Maybe dry durian without smell. Okay? I have an idea. Okay? Maybe I can put in all the guest room as a complimentary. You know, we can work out in different way. We can think different way. And Encik Johari was telling how does it work, the medical with the hotel industry. In fact, Penang is #1 in medical tourism. Okay, and Sunway Hotel is going to be ready, should be this year, because MCO, I think next year they open. And Sunway is very famous in Indonesia. Most of the Indonesian market, Medan, Jakarta, Surabaya, all come to Malaysia to get treatment. Sunway have put themselves, allocated them in center of where you call it between Thailand and Indonesia. So when you come here, you get a treatment, you enjoy the beach, you also enjoy the food in Penang, 3 in 1. I don't know, after they get treatment, they eat, they go holiday, then they come back next year because they get sick again, overeat, I don't know. Okay, it's just a package. Okay, like Azman and Johari was telling, opportunity. We are not want people to be deputy or whatever. However, that is facts. And same like this, is a fact of the business. So everyone have to do business. Everybody have to be creative. Everybody have, for example, Light Hotel, since MCO until now, the first MCO until now, we have not retrenched anyone. And how my owner do it, I think I have to ask God about this because it is very difficult. It's a lot of money you have to fork out. All the money you save to renovate, to touch up, to do that, to do this, is been paid to all the staff. Not everybody have the generous kind of heart to give for what they have earned to make the hotel look beautiful. So this is a very classic example in this industry. So as we go along, we learn how to be patient. We learn how to be creative. Hotel industry never do takeaway. Suddenly you ask to do a takeaway and compete with the people and you get loss of it. But end of the day, if you get a volume, you can do something out of sitting and wait when they're going to open the function, example. When will be the next meeting? You can't just wait things to come to you. You have to go out and find what's the best idea, what is the best solution, what can we do that will benefit us. Without trying, you will not able to know whether it's success or not. So just keep on trying and don't give up. Something new will come along the trying period. That's my advice and that's my thought. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raj. So we have a few minutes left. I think I just want to go another round with our panel speakers, but this will be a short and sweet closing kind of thing. So I will go back to Miss Anna. Just 1 or 2 minutes, of your message or advice to the entrepreneurs out there, in taking advantage of the halal industry moving forward. Miss Anna.
Okay. For all who have not embarked into halal certification, I do see a lot of pros and cons and benefits for you than all the negative point of it. So what are you waiting? The opportunity is there, and the facilitations from all bodies, the government agency are there to facilitate. They're coming to you, not like those days we find them. They are here to give you a lot of opportunity. Even you can find a soft loan or some grant to help you to get this certification. So embark into it. I tell you, you'll never regret. And in fact, I can prove you that this will be the biggest opportunity that you gain, because this helps you in terms of your branding. It helps you to groom you to set a good standard for you to embark and fix with it, and definitely this will make your your business very prosperous, and dare to fail. This is what I would say. I don't get it through on the first round. I am not shy to tell you I've failed 3 times, but today I have never failed to renew my halal. So welcome aboard. Halal is the answer for it.
Okay, and also just 30 to 40 seconds, Ms. Anna, if you would like to share your appreciation or thanks to the government agencies or to the bodies concerned that has helped the Hernan Corporation in the halal industry.
Okay, if you tell me, I think I got a full list of people then to thank, but definitely MIDA is one of them, that they have actually to groom me and facilitate me and give me a little bit of, give me some grant to help me and assured me, the journey, they handhold me. And especially today event was actually, picked by one of the MIDA, officer that I was selected. So without them today, I would say Hernan won't be so successful. And especially the MIDA CEO who have actually, whether current or the previous, has actually helped me a lot. And taking me, to the global markets and introduce our products. And this is where, without the government agency, a lot of SMEs will be lost. And of course, HTC for taking me, into this kind of forum to share and to learn, to understand the overall halal market, and the opportunity is so huge for us to embark. And of course, other agencies from Malaysia, such as Ministry. So my sincere thanks, especially today, to the organizer, Azman, or to take me in for this and to be really sharing on all these benefits others, and as well my fellows panelists here, Raj. I will meet you in Penang. I will share my business with you as well in Johari. I would like to know more about medical. Perhaps by this, maybe there will be other Malaysians that would like to know more, and we can share one day to the fellow Malaysians to help each other. And this is the time to show our love, and this is the time to give back to the society from what we have gained. This is where I think this is how Malaysians behave. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Anna. All my 3 distinguished speakers today are located in 3 separate locations outside outside KL, I must say. So of course, for me as your moderator, I look forward also to visiting your office very soon. So next, short and sweet, about 1 minute or so, Cik Johari, any parting words from you?
Of course, greatest appreciation to MIDA and HDC for inviting me today to share a bit of my thoughts. Just a quick, we celebrated 16 years of operation this year.
Congratulations.
For the first 11 years, we don't have any borrowing, we don't have any grants or anything. Everything is from the directors' pockets money. So, but of course, we would like to thank a lot of government agencies, especially Teraju, especially Matre, who help us to penetrate the export market. They are very professional. Of course, SME Corp, and all the agencies from Ministry of Entrepreneurial Development. We are hoping that we can actually share and develop more of the medical device. We are actually looking and working alongside with MIDA and Matre to probably look into creating Malaysia as the medical hub manufacturing, which can actually benefits a lot of people. We are hoping that we can move forward from that. But aside that, we are grateful and thank you very much for today's session. Thank you, Azman, for
Thank you, Jojo. And lastly, 1 minute, short and sweet, Mr. Raj, over to you.
Okay, I'm going to make fast. As I say, halal is the best product for you to invest, and you will see the result in the period to come. So don't regret, don't wait, go and do it now, and you know what is the best. And of course, I'd like to thank Malaysian Tourism Muslim Friendly Department, Jakim Halal Penang, and Johari and Azman, you yourself. Thank you very much for being discussing all. I've learned a lot from all of you. And until we see you again, thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there you have it. Creating business opportunities through halal investment is one of the ways to produce local champions that are capable to capture the global halal market and position themselves as a significant player across halal industry supply chain. So we have heard all the sharings from our panel speakers and hope they have inspired you. And we have come to the end of the seminar. On behalf of the webinar, on behalf of MIDA and also HDC, I would like to thank all our panel speakers for being with us today. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and also thank you for your support. And I would like to also thank all our viewers. I think we have quite a number of viewers joining us today. Thank you for your participation, and hope to see you again soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining today's webinar session. So, my name is Azman Zakaria, signing off as your moderator. Everybody have a great day. Take care and stay safe. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And salam sejahtera. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.